So nothing like ruining comic book day with new CGC pricing, right? Well, what are you going to do? I'm going to be showing you some of the books that I picked up, and we'll go through some of the numbers for pricing on CGC to see what makes sense for each of you. Stick around. Welcome back, family. Thank you so much for joining. I picked up my first, my poll boxes finally started yesterday, and got through a crazy day at work, and I got my stuff and got home, and I see CGC raise their prices. I mean, really? You just ruined my day. So I'm going to go through some of the books that I picked up yesterday and what came in the mail and what was a good day until da-da-da. And then I'm going to run through some of the numbers of the pricing. Because, I mean, I know everybody's talking about, how much this has gone up and that's gone up, but it's also the membership levels that have changed a little bit, and I'll discuss those. So on my first poll box, and a lot of these, I didn't care if they were going to go up in value. I just loved it. I mean, I've always been a Nightcrawler fan, and Way of X #1 with Nightcrawler, the swashbuckling one. Kind of reminds me of the Claremont, what was it, 196, 1980s X-Men, where I think it was like now something totally different. It's got Nightcrawler, swashbuckling with biplanes in the background, and got the variant edition also, which is good. I picked up my Stray Dogs #3, and of course that the Stray Dogs, and picked up Rain Like Hammers #4. Not overly crazy about the series, honestly, but I just wanted to finish and put it all together. I did get each copy of Haha #4, and that is a really nice cover, but this one is just blowing my mind. I love how busy this is on the front, and I'm not a fan of busyness, but this kind of just like it makes me feel like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album, but it's still got a lot of white here, so it's like screaming for signatures on this one, or maybe even a comment. That was my poll box, and I was really happy. And while I was there, I decided to pick up Gagger #1, and just because I cannot say no, Godzilla. Da, da, da. And also, what came in the mail, I did order 6 copies from Things from Another World, I think was the website, of Shadecraft. They had them all at cover price. I think they still have them as well. Now, just so you know, you have to pay extra to have them shipped, bagged, and boarded. I didn't, and I'm not upset because the packaging arrived okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was decent. Better than some of the stuff I get off of eBay, let me tell you. But I'd say out of the 6 books here, I think 2 are 9.8 candidates. Maybe a third with a pressing, but definitely not all 6. And since I have another copy also, I'll probably be sending them off to Segway CGC. Now, let's talk about that. As long as we're talking about CGC, you got to have a chance to win this CGC slab. A 9.8 copy of Why You Only Find Them When They're Dead. #1. And all you have to do is go on to my, follow the link that's going to be at the end of this video, and go to my 200 subscriber, video that I have. And first off, subscribe to the channel. Like that, put a like on that video, and put a comment on that video. Keep it clean. Say anything you want. Just keep it clean and non-controversial. I know it's hard in today's day and age. And when I hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to pull one lucky name off of that and send them that book. And then we'll go to the 300, the 400, the 500, the 750, and the 1,000 subscribers. I want to give away books. Help me do it. Come on. Was I goofy enough? Probably. Anyway. Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about the value tier disappearing, and the modern tier and going up, and the other tiers going up a little bit. The pressing price is going up, and the quick press disappearing. And one of the tiers went down a little bit. What the heck was the name of that tier? No, whichever it was. Overall, you're going to be paying more. But what I thought was more interesting, though, was the fact that they've changed. They've tweaked the membership a little bit. Now, the premium and the elite, the top two tiers, still both have a $150 credit. The premium still costs $150, and you get $149.99, and you get $150 back as grading credit. It doesn't go towards shipping. It just goes to grading. And you used to get a 10% discount off of services, off the cost of grading. The elite tier is $300, same as it was. Used to have a 15% discount. Now that has a 10% discount. So unless you get the elite tier, you will not get any discount whatsoever. You're going to be paying these full new prices. You also get the $150 credit. So I started to try to crunch the numbers. I'm like, well, where does the value lie? And I'm only going to be going with modern books. I'm not going to try to crunch it for every single one. And, just you guys can figure this out for yourself, I'm sure. But let's just go with the modern tier. They've raised the price now. It's $22 a book. Okay, we're not going to talk about pressing. We're not going to talk about anything. We're just going to talk about if you were sending in modern books to be graded. If you went with the premium tier, the $150, you would get a $150 credit. So almost 8 books would be covered. You'd still have to pay for shipping back and forth, shipping and handling. But your first 8 books, or 7.5 books, would be covered by that $150 credit. And after that, you're paying $22 a book. If you go for the elite tier, you get the $150 credit and you get a 10% discount. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. The first 8 books, as we just discussed, will be covered by your credit. After that, your break-even point for that 10%, for that extra $150 is 69 more books. So in 1 year, if you will be submitting 77 books or more for grading just in the modern tier, then it pays to get the elite. Now, if you're going to be submitting 80 books, and overall you'll save $6, by going to the elite tier. Is it worth $6 over the course of an entire year to shell out an extra $150 now? That's for you to decide. But if you're going to be submitting 200 books during the course of a year, then I would say absolutely go with the elite tier. If you're planning on submitting maybe 2 or 3 submissions of 15 books each, and you're going to be submitting 45 or 60 books or something like that, then you will actually lose money by going to the elite tier. Provided you actually don't buy things out of the CGC shop. I didn't even know there was a CGC shop. Okay, I'm certainly not shopping there. There's nothing that I want to buy. I'm sorry. And also, if you're going to higher tiers, then that is also, with the cost more, then your discount will apply to a larger amount. So your recovery will be less books. Okay, so if you're going to a tier that costs, say, $38, now you're saving $3.80 a book instead of $2.20 a book. So your return on investment would be probably about 45 to 50 books instead of the 69. So you know your collections. You know what you're going to be submitting, how many books you're planning on submitting, and thereby you'll know whether or not you want to pay the extra money for the elite membership. I personally, I'm right on the fence. I don't know what I want to do. I did submit a lot of books last year, but due to the wait times and the increase in prices, I don't know if I'm planning on submitting as many books going forward. I'm not. I don't understand why they're raising prices. They're saying that, well, their backlog is so much and they have to hire people. Well, yes, you have to hire people so you can get more product through. So before you were putting 1,000 books a day through at $18 a book, that's $18,000 a day. So now you have to hire more people so you can put 2,000 books through. But then you're charging $36,000 a day, which pays for the extra people. Okay? If I go to, if I say, look, I'm going to buy 10 pieces of paper off of here. Well, they're 10 cents each. Okay, well, give me 20. oh, well, if you're going to take more, I have to charge you more. If we're selling more, you have a profit margin within your books, within your services. And if you sell more of them, then that additional profit margin should go towards paying for the resources. It's not like, yes, they had to build on an additional building. Understood. An additional building does not mean that they had to build a completely new facility. Okay, they did not have to pay for new tables. They didn't have to pay for a lot of things. It's not like their work doubled. I mean, their prices doubled. There is a possible cost increase that they haven't discussed, which I talked about one time before. All the slabs that they are needing is a tremendous amount of PVC, plastic that's coming in a time when the entire world wants plastic for shields and face shields and dividers and everything to keep you safe from COVID. Everything is still in a worldwide pandemic, and I'm sure that the plastic manufacturers are struggling to try to keep up with everything. I mean, I can't guarantee that one of the biggest reasons that we're having delays from CGC is because they just cannot procure enough slabs to put them all in. They may have books graded or, that are waiting to go in. They may say, look, there's no point in doing everything right now because I can't get enough plastic to put it in there. Even if I could grade every single book in here, I don't have enough plastic to put it in there. So that may be where these additional fees these higher fees are going to, is because they're going to a different distributor that can increase production or have a higher volume of production. That is a very good possibility. Now they're dealing with something that's outside of their own control. Okay? So anyway, hopefully, though, my math helped you a little bit, or at least made you start thinking about which tier you want to go to. I may stick with the tier that I'm in and just pay the higher prices and see where CGC goes. I think that I may be submitting some books to CBCS. Even though I did have a bad experience with them in the past, I have a feeling that CBCS is... a 9.8 is a 9.8, okay? I don't see any lower quality in CBCS. It's just the name and the reputation. And right now, the reputation is hurting for CGC. And it's a great opportunity for CBCS to step it up. I was watching on Reggie Collects, and he was saying that if their smartest move that they could do right now would be to lower prices slightly. I don't know if they're in a financial situation to do that, but yeah, that would tremendously swing things. But I would also make the backlog longer at CBCS and make the backlog shorter at CGC. CBCS has to offer something that people really, really want. And I think CGC nailed it with a pre-screening, but it's going to be a crazy 2021. We got distributors changing and graders changing and, going all over the place. And I don't know. It's a fun time to be a comic collector. And thank you so much for joining me on this crazy journey that we're here. And if you liked what you saw, like I said, please click like, subscribe, click notifications, and don't forget to go to the 200 subscriber video so I can get you on board here and join the channel, give away a great book, which is usually in frame, but I'll bring it over here again. And as always, though, I'm out.